Asia Wilson has definitely been in the headlines these last couple weeks, man, in regards to Caitlin Clark news.
Caitlin Clark wasted no time after the WNBA season ended. She's already making her next big move. While many players are still debating the new league contract, Clark has secured her first off-season job, and it's got everyone talking. This time, she isn't focused on scoring or stats, she's focused on building her legacy, gaining power, and earning serious money. And no one feels the pressure more than Aja Wilson, who's watching the spotlight once again shift from her name to Caitlin's.
And it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the offseason. Aja Wilson found herself in a situation involving Caitlin Clark again.
Let's be real, this isn't just another business deal. It's a bold power move, and everyone in the league can feel it. While the WNBA is busy dealing with pay disputes, union issues, and Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's disappearing act, Caitlin Clark is out there signing contracts that make the commissioner's paycheck look tiny. And these aren't your usual brand deals or commercials, they're high-paying corporate speaking events where Clark earns six figures just by doing what she does best, capturing everyone's attention.
Last offseason was Caitlin Clark $100,000 an hour speaking gigs. Well, I'm here to tell you, she is not taking long getting back to work, raking in the cash because she has landed.
We're not talking about school pep rallies, we're talking about major Fortune 500 events. Reports say Caitlin Clark is now earning $100,000 for each appearance, just to speak. That's right, she's getting superstar money simply to talk about her journey as Caitlin Clark. It might sound unbelievable, but this is the same woman who made Iowa basketball a national craze and helped turn the WNBA into must-watch TV. As soon as the season ended, she didn't rest, she took control. So, why do you think companies are choosing Caitlin over AJA? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
She's landing $100K to speak to speak for companies and represent companies all over the country. She's not hurting for cash, and I just think this is just the coolest thing ever.
Caitlin Clark's latest move is a big one. She's the featured speaker at the Long Island Association's Fall Conference, a major East Coast business event known for its wealthy crowd and top corporate sponsors. She'll be sitting down with the organization's president, Matt Cohen, to talk about her record-breaking career, her views on leadership, and how she's helping reshape women's sports. And this isn't some charity appearance, it's a paid corporate gig at one of New York's most exclusive country clubs, the kind of place where executives make million-dollar deals before lunchtime.
Look like Caitlin Clark is headed to Long Island Association, bro. So we're stating Long Island Association joined the Long Island Association's president and CEO, Matt Cohen, moderates a special conversation with Caitlin Clark discussing her record-breaking performances, impact, and cultural influence on October the 29th at 10:30 to 12:30 in New York.
Here's where things get awkward for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark can make almost as much money in 1 hour of speaking as most players earn in an entire season on the court. The average WNBA salary is about $120,000, and Caitlin can earn that in a single morning, sitting comfortably in air conditioning with a bottle of Fiji water, instead of getting shoved by defenders or overlooked by referees. Meanwhile, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is still busy holding meetings about travel upgrades, while Clark has already created a second career for herself almost overnight.
Aja Wilson is currently back in the headlines after news surfaced. She's charging $100,000 for speaking events. She's talking about, she's charging $100K for speaking events, and fans is like, Shaggy? Since when? And you only doing this because of Caitlin.
This is exactly what's fueling the jealousy from players like Aja Wilson. She's spent years trying to be the face of the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark managed to do it in just one season, and now she's making more money off the court, too. Wilson can keep talking about team culture and leadership, but it's Caitlin who's quickly building real wealth and influence. The WNBA's power structure has completely shifted, and AJA isn't handling it well.
Aja Wilson is the queen of the delusion. She's absolutely the queen of the delusion.
Here's the harsh reality: when one player's brand becomes bigger than the league itself, the balance of power changes. Big companies start to wonder if they even need the WNBA name when Caitlin Clark's alone can fill arenas. Media outlets stop calling the league office and start calling her agent instead. 4 veteran players who thought they had the spotlight secured, it's a wake-up call. This isn't just a side job for Caitlyn, it's a statement. She's proving she doesn't need to wait for the WNBA to catch up because she's already building her own empire, one speech at a time. Top speakers like Serena Williams, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady usually earn between $150,000 and $250,000 per appearance, and Caitlyn's already in that league. She's mixing TED Talk energy with basketball flair, joining business panels with the same confidence she shows on the court, and getting paid like a superstar for it. Meanwhile, AJA Wilson is scrolling through social media, watching all the buzz, and it's not about her MVP titles or shoe deals anymore. It's all about Caitlyn Clark's next move. You can almost feel the envy online. While AJA posts cryptic messages about respect and what's deserved, Caitlyn's focused on writing her next keynote speech. It's a whole different level of success.
Throughout the year, WNBA players were demanding to be given credit for elevating the league. Angel Reese claimed that along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they wanted us to believe that the WNBA was exploding in popularity. They wanted to keep all the credit for themselves while downplaying the impact of the only star in the league, Caitlyn Clark.
Corporations understand something the WNBA still hasn't figured out. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a global brand. Her popularity stretches far beyond the US. Fans from Europe to Asia follow her games, and parents overseas are buying her jerseys for their daughters. Whenever she speaks, people pay attention. She's become the face of women's sports, a rare mix of talent, authenticity, and charisma that can't be manufactured. That's why her Long Island speaking event matters so much. It's not just another appearance, it's a statement. It shows that the corporate world values Caitlyn Clark more than the league she plays for does. AJA Wilson can keep calling herself the face of the WNBA, but the truth is simple. When companies are paying 6 figures to have Caitlyn speak at their events, they're making it clear who truly leads women's basketball, and it's not close. Caitlyn isn't just working harder, she's working smarter. While others are still learning the game, she's already playing chess. She's showing the next generation what real independence looks like. And while AJA scrolls online, frustrated that the spotlight keeps finding someone else, Caitlyn is quietly signing contracts, giving speeches, and stacking success calmly and strategically. The WNBA, meanwhile, is panicking. They know she's proven she doesn't need them to win. The moment the season ended, she turned her off-season into a business empire. No rest, no drama, just strategy. While half the league is caught up in contract debates and social media arguments, Caitlyn is out earning 6 figures simply for showing up and speaking. Every dollar she makes off the court is a reminder of how much power she holds and how little the league has without her. Here's the cold truth. When Caitlyn Clark plays, ratings go up. When she doesn't, the audience disappears. That's not hype, that's math. She's the engine driving the entire WNBA economy. And now, she's out there hosting her own events, no WNBA logos, no sponsor splits, no PR spin, just Caitlyn, her microphone, and her money. It's her world now, and the WNBA is just living in it. You can almost feel the league's anxiety. Their media partners are scrambling to downplay it. It's just one event, they say. But that's how it starts. Last year, Caitlyn had a few off-season gigs. By spring, she was booked solid. This year, her first event is already trending, and sponsors are lining up with open checkbooks. Give it another year, and her speaking income might surpass her entire WNBA salary, and she's not even breaking a sweat. While AJA Wilson posts quotes about hard work paying off, Caitlyn is out there proving it in real time, wearing designer heels instead of sneakers. And the envy is obvious. Every new headline about Caitlyn hits like a gut punch to players who've spent years trying to be the face of the league. AJA built her brand slowly, but Caitlyn just rocketed past her in both fame and money. AJA's out campaigning for recognition, while Caitlyn's negotiating 5-figure deals before breakfast. The hierarchy has flipped, and Caitlyn Clark sits comfortably at the top. Some fans wonder why she hasn't joined Unrivaled, the player-run off-season league started by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart. The answer is simple: she doesn't need to. Unrivaled is great for players trying to make some extra money, but Caitlyn's already beyond that. Why risk injury in an exhibition game when she can earn the same amount or more? Speaking to CEOs. That's not arrogance. That strategy, Caitlin Clark isn't playing checkers. She's building generational wealth. And that's what separates her from everyone else. Some people say she should use her platform to fight for others, but the truth is, she is fighting. Just not the way they expect. She's showing every woman in sports that you don't need to beg the system for change. You can build your own. Caitlin Clark is proving that you don't have to wait for anyone to give you value, you can create it yourself. She's showing every player that real power comes from independence, not permission. And that's exactly what scares the WNBA. The moment more players realize they can earn serious money without the league's approval, the entire system starts to crack. That's why you can almost sense panic from the commissioner's office every time Caitlin trends online. Her upcoming speaking event with the Long Island Association isn't just another appearance, it's her corporate debut, a signal to brands that Caitlin Clark is officially open for business. And this is only step one. After this, the doors open for even bigger opportunities, new endorsements, another Nike campaign, maybe a Netflix documentary, or even her own basketball academy. Every move she makes now is completely outside the WNBA's control. Meanwhile, the league's PR team is tweeting about unity and growth, but Caitlin isn't chasing buzzwords, she's chasing results. She's done waiting for the WNBA to catch up. She's building her own economy, and here's where it gets poetic. Caitlin's Long Island event takes place on October 29th, just 2 days before the WNBA's CBA expires. While league executives and players argue about pay, Caitlin will be in New York giving a keynote on leadership and success to a room full of millionaires. You can't write better irony than that. The headlines practically write themselves. WNBA faces lockout while Caitlin Clark cashes in. Chaos on one side, control on the other. It's easy to imagine AJA Wilson watching this and thinking, how is she making more money than me? But that's the thing, Caitlin's not waiting for the league to decide her worth. She's defining it herself. Lockout or not, she wins. If the season shuts down, she's still booked. If it continues, she comes back richer, more influential, and even harder to reach. That's what real leverage looks like. The WNBA doesn't know how to handle a player it can't control. Caitlin's calm, respectful, and spotless in the media, so the league can't label her as difficult. She doesn't trash rivals, complain about calls, or argue online. She just keeps winning and counting commas while the rest of the league counts followers. That's why AJA's envy stings so much. She's watching a younger, quieter, smarter player succeed at everything she's tried to do, only better. And the public loves it. Even non-basketball fans respect Caitlin's work ethic, humility, and focus. She's not chasing drama, she's chasing excellence. That's what makes her untouchable. The WNBA can't control her. The media can't twist her. And jealous players can't slow her down. She's built a reputation that goes far beyond basketball. That's what happens when your brand grows bigger than your league. But here's the real nightmare for the WNBA. What if Caitlin Clark decides she doesn't need to come back? Imagine it. Ratings would crash overnight. Sponsors would pull out. TV networks would panic. And Caitlin? She wouldn't lose a cent. She's already proven she can make a fortune with or without them. That's real power, the kind AJA Wilson can only tweet about. The best part? Caitlin doesn't even brag. She doesn't clap back or show off online. She moves in silence, letting Forbes and the headlines do the talking. With every new deal she signs, she widens the gap between herself and the rest of the league. It's business domination wrapped in grace. This off-season, Caitlin Clark has turned herself into a masterclass in success. While the WNBA is still arguing over travel upgrades, salaries, and referee calls, she's hosting leadership panels and rewriting the rulebook for women's sports. Every move she makes becomes a headline. Every appearance trends. Even her silence sparks conversation. That's how you know she's reached the top, the level AJA Wilson has been chasing for years but never quite reached. The truth is, the WNBA wasn't built for someone like Caitlin Clark. They wanted stars who would play their role. Instead, they got a generational force who outgrew the system in one season. She doesn't need the league's spotlight anymore. The spotlight follows her so when she walks into that Long Island ballroom later this month, confident, poised, and ready to speak. Everyone in the room will see what the WNBA's been trying to ignore. They're not just watching an athlete. They're witnessing a phenomenon. And somewhere across the country, AJA Wilson will be scrolling through her phone, reading those headlines, wondering how it feels to be the second most talked about player in her own league. Why do you think companies are booking Caitlyn and not AJA? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an